Okay, so welcome to session 3. We're only on week 1, but session 3 of meditation, mindfulness and more. And the clue is in the title, meditation, mindfulness and more. Today we are doing more because more can mean many things. So today we are talking about the mind-body link, because the theme for week 1 is all about befriending and connecting your mind and your body. So everything, literally everything that we do with our mind will affect our body. So I'll tell you what, just think about chocolate now. Is your mouth watering? Are you already imagining? Is there anything happening? If you haven't had your breakfast, your stomach might start rumbling. If you really think about chocolate in great detail, or think about something you really don't like. For me, it used to be school milk, but I've done my IEMT on that. There's still a little bit of the thought of the milk, but yeah, certainly when we think about something we don't like, our body will tell us very quickly, oh no, stay away from that. So that's the purpose of it. Each bit of information coming in, and whether that's what we've imagined or it's real information, then the body is saying, and the brain is saying, when have I been here before? What could be wrong with it? So therefore, how am I going to respond? So all the while, this information coming in, and that includes, we have muscle memory. So changes in our physiology, so how we move, the position that we're in, all sorts of things can change the way that the hormones that our brain is producing, but the way that our body and our brain are functioning. So one of the things I love to say is change one thing and everything changes. So let's do an experiment, because we're doing more today. So let's explore. Hold your hands tight. Okay, hold your hands tight. Maybe clench your jaw and growl a bit. So this might be an angry pose. Okay, and then open one hand. It's just not the same, is it? Does it feel the same? Not really. As soon as you change your pose, it's altering it. Try opening both hands and being as angry. However you do angry, maybe. So when we are angry with someone, we point our finger. So as soon as we point our finger, try doing that now. Point your finger. You did this, you did that. How dare you? We can get straight in the mode of it. Whereas put a smile on your face, haha, how dare you? It just doesn't work, does it? You can't create that whole emotion of something when your body language is different, because the brain is reading the signals from the body. It knows how you do anger. It knows how you do pain. It knows how you do anxiety. You may not. Your conscious awareness might not really know about these fine changes within the body, adjustments as you go into different states. But the great news is that you can change it. That when you do become aware of it, you've only got to change one thing and everything starts to change. So let's say you were uncomfortable in some way. Let's say you had a backache, okay? You would hold yourself in backache position. So if you have any pain now, focus on that pain for a moment. And not something I normally ask you to do, but focus on that pain, but look at the bigger area. Or if you feel emotionally uncomfortable about anything, focus on that. And then notice the bigger area. What is happening around that feeling, whether that's an emotion or a physical feeling? Like if you were drawing a picture of it, what would be around it? Is there busyness around it? Is there tension around it? Is there an emotion like frustration? How big is it really feeling? So when we have a pain, it would be like, oh, my whole back hurts. But actually it might just be a tiny bit of our back. But we don't notice that, because actually we've moved the position of our whole back, and we might actually then make our whole back hurt by the position that we're in. So as you notice around you, be observant. be curious, and then see if you can change something. So maybe you just, if there's a part of your body that's hurting, you just move it slightly, just a couple of inches, twist it, move another part of your body, because often, as I say, like say if my hand was hurting, I might do this. Okay, oh, my hand hurts, so this hand now is doing something different. My shoulders are doing something different, my face is doing something different. It's, oh, you know, there's pain. Whereas if my hand was hurting and the rest of me was like this, I would feel completely different. And therefore, the messages regarding the pain would be less. So that might sound a little crazy, excuse me, that you can lessen a pain of something, whether that emotional or physical, you can lessen it by shifting just ever so slightly other parts of your body. So, lesson 1. If you don't like what you're getting, then just shift a little and see if it can shift the feeling. So play with it over the next few days. Really have a play with that and see what results you get. And please, if you get some results, post them. You can post a whole, do a whole post, or you can put comments below the video. It would be great to have some feedback. So change one thing and everything changes. So there's all sorts of things we can do to change it. So at the beginning, we did some opening up. So remember that pain and anxiety and depression and negativity, we do this. Why do we do this? Because we're in protection mode. We're in our sympathetic nervous system, our defense mechanisms come in. So we're getting smaller and smaller, and like, don't hurt me. We bring our arms in almost to protect ourselves. But when we are open, if we perceive danger, so if there was a tiger there, you wouldn't go, hey, yes, come and get me. You just wouldn't. You'd be like running away. I hope you're liking like the actions that you're getting with today's session. So normally you've got your eyes shut, you don't have a clue what I'm doing, but today you're getting full action. So we started by opening up, because that straight away is telling the brain that things are safe. It's okay to do this. So the chemistry in our body changes. And when the chemistry changes, all of our functions change. Our immune system in particular will start going into its like homeostasis, into its everything is safe with the world, rather than into overdrive thinking I've got to look for danger. Where's the danger? Don't know where it is. So I'll start attacking all sorts of things just in case. So the good news is that around us, so when we were doing the noticing all the things that are good, then not only are we changing our brain, but we're changing our body language. So very much so, depression, anxiety and pain are very self-centered. That doesn't sound very nice, does it? But they're self-centered because that's the point of them. They're there to draw the attention to oneself. And when we put our attention out of ourselves, whether it's to, oh, there's big black clouds come over, so straight away I'm on the big black clouds, I might not be on a sensation in my body. So if we're changing one thing, it doesn't have to be something within us other than where we're drawing our attention. And obviously when we're drawing our attention to good things, we're producing some more happy hormones. So I hope this is making sense so far. So we could do a bit of play acting and notice that the energy of the emotions. So we've done a little bit of it. Be happy. Okay, be happy. I'm happy. Bit bouncy maybe. Happy is moving, isn't it? Yeah, it feels good. Skipping along, smiling. It's getting very open. Sad. It's heavy. It's dragging us down. All shrinking down. Don't see me. Don't want to be seen like this. Tired. Slouchy. Okay, kind of relaxing, but you know, not if it's not relaxing if you're tired at the wrong time, or that tiredness is really overwhelming. People often feel like it's a real weight upon them. We've done angry, okay, anger. Now excited. Excitement produces the same chemicals as anxiety. it produces adrenaline, but the brain is reading the other signals differently. So excited, jumping up and down, yay! Okay, now if you watch a child when they're excited, they're really fidgety, you know, can't sit still, this is it, you know, they're getting ready. Watch an anxious teenager, they will not stop moving. Fidget, 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 got to be touching something. So the body is doing the same thing, but, well, it's moving. It knows that by moving, you can get that adrenaline out of your body. Now, stress often comes, the negative effects of stress, when we are still. When we sit still, and yet say we're at our computer or we're at work, or we're driving, and we're producing all this stress, the body is designed to move to get rid of that adrenaline, and yet you're forced to be static. And so when we do move, we shift it. So the body does know what to do. It's just, do we allow with our mind or within our lifestyle to be able to follow the messages from our body? So excited is moving, do all of that. Now, real fear as well, shaking. I'm sure you will have seen a dog when it's scared, it shakes a lot. And certainly when I was much younger, as a teenager, I used to get these shaking attacks, and I didn't really realise that they were panic attacks. And it would make me feel terribly sick, and I had nights when I shook all night. It's like it started, and it was the body's way, obviously, of trying to remove some of these negative chemicals that I was building up in my body, because the body keeps the score. So in Chinese medicine, they talk about pain and illness as being stuck energy. And that's why acupuncture, it opens those energy channels, it moves it. But for those of you that have done the rebalance course, we did some tapping. And actually, I have put up, for this week's exercise, I have put up again the Qigong, the moving, there's a bit of tapping in there. Because if you do that every day, it will be good for you. And anybody that's done the rebalance may have forgotten already to do some of these things. And with that, we're doing it within the breath. So we're going to do a little bit of that in a minute as well. So moving the energy in some traditions is the cure for the problem. Don't necessarily have to talk all about it. They just establish through checking your pulses and things like that, where is the energy stuck? And if I move that energy, then I will free you from the problem. Now, Sally sent me a link to a chakra dance yesterday, and she hadn't heard of it. But a friend of mine actually teaches chakra dance. Now, it's all, you are focusing on the different chakras and the energy of the different chakras as you dance. But again, the release comes through moving, not through talking about the problem or analysing the problem. It's through moving it. And with the IEMT training that I've been doing, a lot of that is about, don't talk about the problem, but move it. So we're actually, through the eye movement, we're moving it to a different part of our brain. So then we're kind of opening up the channels for new memories to access new learnings and refer back to new experiences, you know, rather than keep going back to the same old ones that are maybe not helpful to us. So what other therapies or exercises that you can do to move your energy? Now, you might just want to dance. Put a post up today, let's dance, in the great words of David Bowie. I'm sure Heather will appreciate that one. One of my defining moments, 1983, going to the Serious Moonlight tour of David Bowie in Milton Keynes, and it was the Let's Dance album came out at the same time. So absolutely fantastic. Singing. We've talked about singing in the rebalance, but singing being good for the vagus nerve, and we'll do more of breathing and singing, sound yoga next week. So shaking. Now, you can go on retreats a whole weekend. Yeah, Heather did like that one. She's given me thumbs up. You can go on whole retreats of shaking, and literally it takes people into euphoria. Personally, I feel it probably would be a bit too much for my body, but there you are, there's my brain taking over. It might not be, but they jump around and they're just shaking. And actually, when you look it up on Google, this shaking, that people can move their bodies, that it's almost like it's fluid. They're shaking so much, especially the arms, sort of doing this, that it's wonderful to watch, but try and recreate it. It's in the secret of your own home. So they say dance like nobody is watching. So feel free, feel open, release yourself. Now, yoga is a way in some traditions that energy gets moved. And then, of course, there's laughter yoga, because laughter, again, is our natural stress release mechanism. When I did my laughter yoga training, they showed us a baby who was scared by its mother blowing her nose. So she blows her nose, it makes a big sound, and the baby goes like this, absolutely petrified, but then bursts into fits of giggles, because the body knows that the way of releasing those stress hormones is to laugh. So one of my favourite evenings out would be to go to a comedy club, and to have those real uncontrollable laughs where your eyes are streaming and your belly hurts and you feel like you can't catch your breath, but even the belly hurting in the laughter produces positive endorphins. We might do a little bit on the laughter yoga for next Thursday's session. We'll see. I think I might make it the tradition that the Thursday mornings are the last one of each theme is this more. So just a little bit of craziness, because I love a little bit of craziness. So you've learned today already that there's several different ways that you can shift any stuck energy. If we stay how we are, if we keep doing what we've always done, we'll get what we've always got. So if you don't like how you're feeling and you stay like that, if you don't move that energy at all in any way, shape or form, then it's going to stay there. It's going to stagnate. And the more familiar it becomes, the easier you will go back into that state. So it may initially require a little bit of effort, but your positivity journaling is shifting things with your emotions, is shifting things with your awareness. So you don't have to be able to jump up and down, but you can tap, even if you sat there with a broken leg, or no longer broken, a mending leg. Tapping, okay. Remember the tapping? Want to join in? Just get the blood moving. That's what it's doing. It's also creating endorphins as we do this on your chest, on your shoulders, down your legs. So a quick morning tapping routine. And you might find it really helpful to write yourself a little list in your journal of the ways that you can shift your negative energy. So let's say rather than shift your negative energy, create positive energy. So tapping will be one of them. Stroking. When we stroke, we produce oxytocin, the love drug, even when we put our hands on our chest, and if you circle it slightly like this, you're producing oxytocin. It's what you produce when you were a baby and you look into your mother's eyes, and the mother does too. So it gives us this real sense of belonging and safety, which is why in the loving kindness we put our hands here. So you might just choose to sit and watch telly doing this for 5-10 minutes. You know, you can instigate these things into your everyday life that without you even really being aware of it, you're changing the physiology of your body. You might want to shake, to jig around, just imagine bouncing around a bit. I had a bouncing exercise, but I can't really do it sat in my office here. And then there's the Qigong, of course, and there's loads of recordings on YouTube as well that you can go to. So I usually put in quick and easy Qigong exercises, something like that, and find a routine I like. Dancing. Yeah, you can chair dance. You know, Saturday Night Fever. You put on your favourite tune, and even listening to music has been proven to do amazing things. So I can't remember whether it's Tchaikovsky or Mozart, one of those people, their concertos have been proven to increase focus. So in some schools they experimented with playing this while people were learning, and it improved their learning capacity. Now, I may well have told some of you before the story of, I'm just aware how long I'm gabbling on for, the story of people that have had transplants, and the drugs that they have to take the anti-rejection drugs are as dangerous for the body as whatever condition it was that led to them having to have the transplant. It could kill them. So they wanted to find out a way that they could lower the amount of drug that was required. So the same as when we've used anchoring, they used the conditioned response of playing a tune that brought a lot of happy feelings at the same time as taking a tablet. And this was an anti-rejection tablet. So then their body was starting to make those chemicals, and at the same time as drinking a sensory drink. So it tasted of strawberries, but it was green. It was sweet, but it had lavender in it, which gave it a bitter aftertaste, and the smell wasn't of strawberries. So it was a sensory drink. And when doing those three things together, taking the tablet, having the drink, playing the music, for some people, they got to the point of just having to play the music, and their body produced enough anti-rejection chemical itself that they no longer had to take the drug. So they trained their body to produce those chemicals. Now, we train our bodies all the time to produce the chemicals we don't want, our stress chemicals, our anxiety chemicals, all sorts of things. But the positivity journaling will be helping you produce positive ones. So you're training your brain in the right way. And all of these little exercises is all about emotional fitness, health and happiness training. So that is the strength of even just a tune. So whether you just jig about, and I'm sure you've all got a tune that when you hear it, it's like, you know, you want to get on the dance floor, or it brings back happy memories. And massage as well is another thing that, like the stroking and the tapping, massage is moving the energy. So if you do have anybody that can give you a little massage, a little back massage, shoulder massage, otherwise you can do it yourself. There are hand massages you can do. Put on a nice oil, smell it, because scents, anything to do with your senses that then creates a response, then don't start sniffing the gin bottle, but you might want to sniff the suntan lotion or something, and that might take you to a holiday. Okay, so that is today's craziness. Let's just do a couple of Qigong exercises to remind you that you can, I'm just moving the chair back so I don't knock the camera off, to remind you that you can create a good feeling in yourself at any time. So firstly, to bring our energy out of our heads, if we're really up in our thoughts, stressing about anything, you start with your hands on your dantian, which is here, just below your belly button, okay? And as you breathe in, you bring your hands round and breathe out as you bring them down. So you're incorporating your breath in this as well. Breathing in. Now notice where your attention is drawn as you do this, and notice just that sensation of bringing your energy into your body and out of your head. And one more. Let's just do another one that feels like that we're opening up. So with this, you bring your hands up. So from this position, you bring them up over the head and bring your arms down. And then going in reverse, as you breathe in, bring your arms up and then down in front of your body. So you're bringing the energy down in front of you, grounding yourself, taking it back to your dantian. Okay, so bringing your hands up as you breathe in and then down. Limited view here, sat on my desk. Breathing in and down. And again, just notice the difference it feels to have moved your body. So whatever it is today, and this week, from all of the things that I've just told you, and I'll put a list up, so into the group and into your course site. So anything like that, rather than sitting stressing or focusing on a pain or a discomfort, this, for the next few days, focus on how can I move this feeling? How can I move this energy? So see it as energy that is getting stuck. How can I move it somewhere else? Ideally out of your body, or transforming it into something else. Okay, so that is meditation, mindfulness, and there's the more. I hope you enjoyed it for today. There is the Qigong, the short routine up in, I will post it onto the Facebook page as well, but it is in your course now. In fact, actually, I just have to check I've published that. So I will go in there now and do that. So anytime in the next few minutes, it's there for you. Have a really good day, and yeah, please feel free to comment. What's this called again? So the Qigong is Qigong. Some people spell it Chigung, I think, but if you look up Qigong, you will find lots of exercises out there on YouTube, and of course you'll have the one in the course site as well. So any questions, feel free to message me, but have a great time, and I will see you on Saturday at 10 o'clock, where we will begin our week of breathing. Okay, see you then. Bye for now.